Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Buck Theater. And I remember June 27th, 1997, almost 22 and a half years ago. I was 15 years old. Summer break had just begun, and the new movie, the new John Woo action film, I believe this was his first American action film, if I recall. No, that could be Hard Target. I think it might be. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This movie was coming out. The trailer looked great, and everything looked fantastic about it, except one problem. I wasn't 17 years old, so I finagled my way in to see the film with my best friend, and man, oh man, did we have a blast watching Face Off. And since then, I've watched it near countless times. It's a movie I go to quite frequently when I think back to great 90s action films, especially that shootout scene to Under the Rainbow was great. And you know what? This is a film that you could never really sequelize. You could never really recreate the magic that is Travolta, that is Nicolas Cage. But no. Apparently I'm wrong, because Paramount is looking to reboot John Travolta and Nicolas Cage's Face Off, because of course they are. Paramount, who can't seem to get a win to save their damn life, who seems to be trying to reboot everything under the sun because, quite frankly, they feel that they have to. We can even see here that that there's an angry meter on this article of 80%. People are not happy with this. So let's find out more. So it says here, according to Deadline, Paramount Pictures is looking to reboot the craziness, which is Face Off with an all-new cast, because of course they are. Paramount has tapped to Oren Uziel, who wrote The Cloverfield Paradox, to pen the script with Neal Moritz from Fast and Furious to produce, and David Permit from Hacksaw Ridge on board as executive producer. Honestly, the best course of action, and this is where it goes to editorial, but I agree, is to just get Nicolas Cage and John Travolta back to see if they can out-crazy the original film, because I'm not sure that a contemporary reboot of Face Off could do it. That, or go in a different direction, like a body horror thriller or straight up comedy. Just give us something new. And here's the thing. I kind of agree with that. I really agree with that. You're not going to be able to recreate Face Off, so don't even try. All they could do now is just take it in a different direction or pin it to a different genre. And that's not even going to be any better, because nobody wants that. Don't call it Face Off then. Face Off in our pop culture lexicon means a certain thing. People like it the way that it is. There's no point of messing with it. I know you agree. In fact, hit that like if you agree. And I'll show you this too. Take a look here at the Rotten Tomatoes. The consensus here is John Travolta and Nicolas Cage play cat and mouse against a beautifully stylized backdrop of typically elegant, over-the-top John Woo violence. Great film. 92% certified fresh, 82% audience score of nearly 500,000 people. So it's not like people don't like this movie. So then the question becomes, how much money did it make? Well, was it profitable back in 97 when it came out? Well, this one had a budget of 80 million, did a domestic gross of 112 million, which isn't necessarily the greatest, but its total take home worldwide was 245 million. So roughly over three times the production budget. That is kind of the metric every once in a while. So one could argue that it did well enough. It did well enough. It wasn't a smash success as everyone wanted it to be, perhaps, but it definitely did well enough. And the thing is, man, like I said at the beginning of this, I still love this damn movie. But I am concerned about the people who are involved. So first off, let's look at the writer here. So the writer is Oren Uziel, and this is a guy. This is his entire body of work on IMDb. So he wrote the Sonic the Hedgehog screenplay, which we all saw the trailer. We all saw how bad that story looked. So there's that. I'm not holding out hope. He is writing Detective Pikachu 2. Don't know where they're going to take it. The first one kind of closed the door if you saw it, but it's still a good movie. He's apparently writing the Supergirl movie. No other information on that other side, just having the page. He wrote the Cloverfield Paradox, but I don't know if he wrote the Cloverfield aspect of the Cloverfield Paradox, because the movie was shot as an entirely other film altogether. In fact, I have the Blu-ray. Paramount sent me the Blu-ray to review. And on the special features, they talk about the film. He talks about the film, but they talk about it not from Cloverfield's perspective. Nothing in there about Cloverfield, that is connection to Clovey. None of it. Nothing at all. All it is just like, oh, this is an interesting movie, an interesting idea that I had about the Large Hadron Collider, but in space. That was really about it. He did Freaks of Nature, Shimmer Lake, never saw him. 22 Jump Street. That was actually pretty funny. But what I think is interesting here is the Mortal Kombat Rebirth, the video from 2010, that 8-minute short film that ended up kicking off the Mortal Kombat Legacy series that came out, that he apparently only wrote one episode of, but he was clearly involved with crafting it. And that was pretty good. That was okay. And I mean, the thing is, the guy is your typical kind of like, he's your studio writer, nothing too, what's the word I want to use here? Nothing too fantastic, definitely kind of, giving them what they want by the numbers, so to speak. What's going to be really interesting though is this one is Neal Moritz is involved because he is no longer involved with the Fast and Furious franchise. He sued them over wages. He sued Universal over profits. And so they dropped him. They dropped him from Hobbs and Shaw in all future Fast and Furious sequels. And the thing is with Neal Moritz, I don't blame him for being upset. Not one damn bit. This dude has produced a lot of movies. His IMDb page reads like a serial killer's, like legal jacket. Just, oh my God, he's been involved in everything. And Fast and Furious is one of his main properties. So him being booted off of it by Universal and probably other producers on the project, like Vin Diesel, because we know his ego's taken over in a lot of ways. He's looking for something else. But for some reason, he wants to bring out a reboot of stupid. I don't want to say stupid. It's not stupid. He wants to reboot a great film. He wants to reboot a movie that nobody wants him to reboot. And the writer is not going to be able, I think, to find the exact same tone and style of this movie. So they're going to go for something entirely different. Kind of like what they did when they rebooted RoboCop in 2014. With the probability of it not being as good as the RoboCop reboot in 2014. You may not agree with me on that. But you got to admit to some extent that film was better than it had any reason to be. 100%. So new Face-Off movie. Am I going to go see it? Yeah, probably, because I'm now curious. What are they going to do? Who's going to be in it? What's the storyline going to be? This is what happens when they reboot these movies. It could be either really good or it could be a train wreck like Ghostbusters 2013. It could be a female-led Face-Off where two women trade their faces. And that could be interesting. I mean, it wouldn't be because it's like, unless it's a comedy and it becomes like a switching bodies vice versa situation or Freaky Friday. Vice versa is a Judge Reinhold, Fred Savage film from the 80s. Basically Freaky Friday, but for dudes. And way better, in my opinion, than the Lindsay Lohan remake, but not the original. Anyway, so there's all that stuff. But I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions on this. How do you feel about this movie? Do you think it's going to be worthwhile, not worthwhile, dumpster fire? Let me know down in the comments. I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, yeah, by the way, come over here to facebook.com/groups/3bucktheater and post your comments, post your memes, get in on the action, talk to me there. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day. Thank you again for watching, and peace out.